1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 454, the heavy hitter. You're about to meet a muscle car that defied expectations. What if I told you one of the fastest cars from 1970 was also one of the heaviest? This next beast proves that sometimes bigger really is better. Enter the 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 454. This wasn't just any muscle car, it was a heavyweight champion packing a punch that could knock out most modern sports cars. At its heart was the legendary LS6 engine, churning out a jaw-dropping 450 horsepower. That's right, 450 horses under the hood, ready to unleash at the touch of your foot. Now, you might think all that power would be wasted on a heavier car, but here's where the Chevelle SS 454 really shines. Despite its beefy build, this beast could sprint down the quarter mile in just 13.12 seconds, hitting 107.1 miles per hour. That's faster than many sports cars you'll see on the road today. But speed isn't the only thing that makes the Chevelle SS 454 special. It's also a smart choice for budget-conscious car enthusiasts. Imagine owning a piece of automotive history that can outrun modern sports cars, all for a fraction of the price. And unlike that new car in the dealership that loses value the moment you drive it off the lot, the Chevelle SS 454 is likely to appreciate over time. Car Life magazine called the LS6 engine in the Chevelle SS 464 the best supercar engine ever released by General Motors. That's high praise, especially considering the competition. But it's not hard to see why when you look at the combination of raw power and impressive performance this car delivers. The Chevelle SS 454 isn't just about straight-line speed, though. It's about the experience of driving a true American muscle car. Imagine cruising down the highway, feeling the rumble of that massive V8 engine, knowing you've got more power under your right foot than most drivers could ever dream of. And let's not forget the looks. The Chevelle SS 454 has that classic muscle car styling that turns heads even today. It's a rolling piece of automotive art, a reminder of a time when American car manufacturers were pushing the boundaries of what was possible. 4. 1971 Ford Mustang Boss 351, the last of its kind. Enter the 1971 Ford Mustang Boss 351, Ford's last hurrah before emission regulations changed everything. This wasn't just another muscle car, it was a final statement, a testament to what American engineering could achieve when pushed to its limits. Let's talk about what makes the Boss 351 so unique. At its heart was a high-performance 351 cubic inch V8 engine, but here's the kicker. This engine was only used for 1 year. That's right, Ford created an entirely new power plant just for this model. Talk about going out with a bang. Now, you might be wondering, how fast was it? Well, the Boss 351 could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 6 seconds. That's not just impressive for its time, it's a performance benchmark that would turn heads even today. Imagine pulling up to a stoplight in 2023 with this classic beast and leaving modern cars in your rearview mirror. But the Boss 351 isn't just about raw speed, it's about the experience of driving a piece of automotive history. The carefully engineered performance allowed it to maintain a competitive edge in a rapidly changing landscape. It's like Ford knew the party was ending, so they made sure the last dance would be unforgettable. Here's something to think about. Despite not being the absolute fastest muscle car of its time, the Boss 351's combination of performance and rarity makes it a sought-after collector's item. It's not just a car, it's an investment that's likely to appreciate over time. Talk about getting more bang for your buck. But let's be honest, owning a Boss 351 isn't just about the potential financial return, it's about the pride of preserving a crucial moment in automotive history. As one enthusiast put it, owning a Boss 351 is like owning a piece of Ford's history. It's the last of the true high-performance Mustangs from the muscle car era. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. My mission is to bring you the most up-to-date insights into the golden era of the muscle car industry. 3. 1970 Dodge Challenger RT 426 Hemi, the iconic powerhouse. If the Boss 351 was Ford's swan song, our next contender was Dodge's battle cry. Imagine a car so powerful, it had to be underrated just to keep insurance companies happy. This isn't just a muscle car, it's the muscle car. Enter the 1970 Dodge Challenger RT 426 Hemi, a beast that makes car enthusiasts weak in the knees. Let's talk about power. The Challenger's 7.0-liter V8 engine was officially rated at 425 horsepower. But here's the kicker. It actually produced closer to 470 to 500 horsepower. That's right, Dodge downplayed its own creation. Why? To keep insurance rates manageable. Talk about a wolf in wolf's clothing. This powerhouse wasn't just about raw strength, it was a speed demon too. The Challenger could sprint down the quarter mile in just 13.6 seconds. That's faster than many sports cars you'll see on the road today. And with a top speed of 146 miles per hour, it was one of the fastest muscle cars of its time. But the Challenger RT426 Hemi had a secret weapon: its weight. At 3,801 pounds, it was noticeably lighter than its cousin, the Charger. This weight advantage, combined with its massive power, made it a force to be reckoned with on the street and the strip. Here's something to think about. The Challenger wasn't just fast, it was smart too. Buyers could choose from different rear gear ratios, allowing them to fine-tune their car's performance. Depending on the axle ratio, 0 to 60 mile per hour times could differ by over a second. It's like Dodge gave you the keys to a race car and said, "Now make it your own." The Challenger's impact went far beyond the drag strip. It became a pop culture icon, starring in films like Vanishing Point and Death Proof. Its aggressive styling and uncompromising performance captured the imagination of car enthusiasts and moviegoers alike. 2. Pontiac Firebird Trans Am 455 Super Duty, the unexpected champion. The Trans Am 455 Super Duty wasn't just another muscle car, it was a middle finger to everyone who thought the glory days of American performance were over. While other car makers were reducing power, Pontiac's engineers were burning the midnight oil, finding ways to squeeze every last ounce of performance out of their engines. Let's talk numbers. This beast could hit 60 miles per hour in just 5.4 seconds. That's faster than many of its 1970 competitors. And remember, this was in 1973, when most thought the muscle car era was dead and buried. It's like Pontiac looked at the rulebook and said, "Nah, we can do better." At the heart of this speed demon was a 455 cubic inch V8 engine. But this wasn't your average big block. Pontiac's engineers had worked their magic, creating a power plant that could deliver significant horsepower while still meeting the new emissions standards. It was like having your cake and eating it too. But the Trans Am 455 Super Duty wasn't just about raw power, it was about smart engineering. Pontiac found a way to maintain impressive performance when everyone else was throwing in the towel. It's proof that with the right mindset and a little ingenuity, you can overcome almost any obstacle. Motor Trend magazine put it best when they called the 1970 Buick GS Stage 1 the fastest muscle car they had ever tested. But just 3 years later, here comes the Trans Am 455 Super Duty, ready to give its predecessors a run for their money. It's like watching the underdog come from behind to win the big game. The Trans Am 455 Super Duty isn't just a fast car, it's proof that with the right engineering, you can beat the odds. It's a reminder that even when the rules change, there's always a way to come out on top. And for car enthusiasts, it's a beacon of hope, showing that the spirit of the muscle car era wasn't ready to die just yet. 1. Plymouth Hemi Cuda, the ultimate muscle car. Meet the 1970 Plymouth Hemi Cuda. This isn't just another muscle car, it's the holy grail for collectors, the pinnacle of American automotive engineering. And let me tell you, it's got the numbers to back up its reputation. Let's talk speed. The Hemi Cuda could blast through the quarter mile in just 13.10 seconds, hitting 107.1 miles per hour. That made it the fastest muscle car of 1970. But here's the kicker, it wasn't just fast for its time. Even today, that kind of performance would turn heads at any drag strip. At the heart of this beast was a 426 cubic inch Hemi V8 engine. Now, Plymouth said it made 425 horsepower, but that was just to keep the insurance companies happy. In reality, many believe it was pumping out closer to 470 to 500 horses. That's the kind of power that makes grown men weak in the knees. But raw power isn't the only thing that makes the Hemi Cuda special. It's also incredibly rare. Only 652 of these beauties rolled off the production line in 1970. That rarity, combined with its jaw-dropping performance, makes it one of the most valuable muscle cars ever made. We're talking millions of dollars at auction. And let's not forget about the looks. The Hemi Cuda wasn't just fast, it was a looker too. That distinctive shaker hood scoop wasn't just for show, it was a clear signal to everyone else on the road. I'm not here to play, I'm here to dominate. Here's the thing about the Hemi Cuda. It's more than just a car. It's a time machine. It takes you back to an era when American manufacturers were pushing the limits of what was possible, when raw power ruled the streets and quarter-mile times were the ultimate bragging rights.